Hi, my name is Harish Iyer, and you're listening to my weekly podcast show, The Harish Iyer Show, on Qweed.in. Every week, I'm going to bring to you new stories, bust myths, and enlighten you with new ideas. Ideas that shape life, ideas that make life better, and ideas that will help us understand each other in ways that we never did before. Let me begin by actually speaking about something that's very fundamental for each one of us: sex and gender. Now, what is sex and what is gender? Many people don't understand the difference between sex and gender. At least when I was growing up, I had no idea that sex and gender were two different things. I thought it was the same thing. Let me attempt to explain this to you without the use of any jargons. Very simply put, sex is what the nurse tells the family, in the sense that the child is born, and the moment the child is born, the nurse goes and reaches out to the family outside, like they show in Hindi films, and tells the family, मुबारक हो लड़का हुआ है या मुबारक हो लड़की हुई है. Now, how did the nurse come to know whether it's a boy or a girl? The nurse, the moment the delivery is done, the nurse looks at what are the organs that the child has. If the child has a penis, the nurse would go and tell the family that मुबारक हो लड़का हुआ है. If the nurse knows that the child is born with a vagina, the nurse would go out and say that मुबारक हो लड़की हुई है, or congratulations, it's a girl. Now, sex is not just male and female, there is male, female and intersex. Intersex could be a child who is born with ambiguous gender, ambiguous sex. This happens sometimes due to hormonal challenges. It could also happen because of chromosomal issues. It could also happen that the child is born of a certain sex but grows up to develop sexual organs of another sex. I'm not getting into greater detail when it comes to intersex because I think that it deserves another podcast by itself, and I would suggest that you read up about intersex. Now, coming to gender. What is transgender? Most often people mistake transgenders with intersex people. Transgenders are not people who are born with both genders, both sexes. Transgenders are people who are born in a certain sex and they want to migrate to another sex, or they want to or they feel like another sex. Like, for instance, I'm born male, and if I grow up and start thinking that I need to be a woman, the fact that I was born in a certain sex, but my gender assigned at birth was something, but the gender that I identify with is something else. That makes me a trans person. Well, I'm called a trans man if I was born a woman, and I grow up to understand that I'm actually feeling like a male person. Trans woman is someone who is born male but grows up to understand that I'm actually a woman. Now, this is irrespective of whether I undergo an operation or not. It's irrespective of whether I wear female clothes or not, despite being male, or despite my gender assigned at birth being male, or anything of that kind. If I tell you that I am a trans woman, you have to bloody believe me that I'm a trans woman. It is not my appearance that will tell you, it is my words that will tell you. So, the best thing to do is to ask a person what is the gender pronoun that the person would like to be referred to as. Like, for instance, I am male and my gender pronouns are he and him, but my name could be Harish Iyer and my gender pronouns could be she and her also. So ask, and the onus of this comes on the majority, not the minority. So if there are people in the group whom you think are transgenders and you don't know their gender, it's important that everyone in that group, even if you belong to cisgendered group, if you are a cis person in the sense my gender assigned at birth is male and I am male, so that is cisgender, which is in congruence. So irrespective of whether I'm cisgendered or transgender, all of us need to wear a badge saying that my name is so and so and my gender pronouns are so and so, simply because that minority group, that little group over there doesn't feel left out or doesn't feel ostracized, that they are actually wearing a badge where no one else is. So you also need to wear a badge saying that my name is Harish Iyer and my gender pronouns are he and him. So that was it about gender and sex. We'll speak about more issues and we'll speak about these issues in detail also in the future podcasts. I want you to keep listening, keep subscribing to Qweed.in. Qweed is a wonderful initiative started by young minds with the intent of social change. These young minds need your encouragement. And when I say young minds, I'm including myself in that too. I'm a young mind. It's got nothing to do with age. So do subscribe to Qweed.in and subscribe to this podcast for a weekly podcast on important issues. And of course, in future podcasts, we'll speak about something more interesting as well, like say sex. Who doesn't like sex? I love sex. We'll speak about that as well in future podcasts. Chalo then, goodbye and have a wonderful week ahead. Love you.